It's your favorite boy mom of three looking to become debt free. Y'all, come chat with me. So, you want to get your debts under control, but you have a balance or two on some high interest credit cards and you don't really know where to begin. Let me tell you what I did to help decrease my consumer debt and increase my savings. This is how I did it in a few months so far. You need to really lock in and list all of the things that you are paying for, whether that be your rent, your mortgage, if you have a car note, insurances, you pay for groceries, light bills, water bills, internet, cable, all the things. List out all of the things that you are paying for the month, all of your expenses. Once you have an idea of what you are purchasing throughout the month, you can kind of look and see, okay, can I cut back on some of those things, whether it's subscriptions through the apps or purchasing unnecessary things through the TikTok shop or Amazon purchases, things of that sort. You want to make sure that you have all of the funds allocated and where is all of that money going. After you've listed everything that is an expense for the month, you're then going to try to calculate and see how much money do you have left over after everything is taken care of. Look at those things and see, is there room for extra funds that we could save? If you're really trying to lock in, you want to look into ways you can save your money and not be so readily accessible to just throw it out there. If you can do more grocery shopping and cooking more meals for your family, looking up recipes that are kind of low cost to help save some money. That's also something that you should do to kind of save some money. And then once you've calculated up everything, then you're going to start working on your consumer debt. You want to list out your credit cards. How much do you owe for each card? And the interest rate. The interest is the bad guy. We need to get those interest payments to be super low. So you have to aggressively throw money at those credit cards to get that interest back below. Most credit cards these days are like 20 something percent, 29%. I had one credit card that was like 32%. My cheapest interest on a credit card is like 16%, and that's through the credit union. So think about that when you're looking to get credit cards. You want the interest to be low. You don't want a high interest paying credit card because that interest will get high and then that kind of tax on with the payment. So you're paying your credit card, you're paying hundreds of dollars on your credit card, but then the interest is a payment of $100 and something. So you're really not getting as far as you think you are because the interest is eating it up. So make sure you're looking at that as well. Then you want to aggressively start paying off your credit cards, your consumer debt. You want to start throwing money at it as much as you can. From once you've taken out your expenses for the month, whatever money that you have left over, throw at it. Starting with the credit card with the highest interest and throwing money at it in the avalanche method, you would be tackling the highest interest credit card and aggressively tackling it down. So you really starting at the highest point and going down to the lowest. You're going to be paying the minimum on the other credit cards, the minimum payment, and then you're going to just work with it like that. Or you could do the snowball method, which is working with your credit cards with the smallest interest or the smallest amount that you owe with that credit card, and you're going to just take care of that. Some people do that method because it feels like they're doing good things, that those are small wins. Hey, I've paid this credit card off. quick, and now I can move on to the next one. I only owed a little bit on this card, and now I just finished paying it off. It's completed. Now I can move on to the next one and pay this little debt off, and then work on to the next one. I've done both methods possibly at the same time. I had a credit card with a furniture company, so I only owed like maybe $1,000 left when we purchased the couch for our house, and I just took care of that. I paid that one off. I took some funds out of my stock account. Not my best moment, but I did it, and I paid off the couch. Also, I did the avalanche method. Like I said, at the same time, I took some money out of my stock account over there and put it onto my Capital One card, with the interest rate was like 20 something percent, 29 possibly. And just threw that over there, and then I was like aggressively paying 400 plus every period, just to like really get that interest low. Be like $140, $130, but it would go keep going down, dwindling down, and eventually, you know, we're good now. The card is done. But that is something that you can do. Again, if you want to notate the small wins and go ahead and close out those smaller cards, and then work your way to the big ones. But again, in a nutshell, you're going to have to aggressively pay off that consumer debt, because that hanging over your head with those high interest payments is a lot, and it can add up. It can add up, and then it makes you feel like you're just at a standstill, so to speak, with your credit cards because of the interest. So make sure you take care of those. Make sure you take care of your consumer debt. See where you can save money to possibly pay on your consumer debt, and just throw that money at it. Before you get into paying your consumer debt off, I would suggest you start a savings account. If you have a high yield savings account at this time, kudos to you. That's great. I do have a high yield savings account, but I also have a savings account with my credit union. And I feel like you need to have a little bit of a savings with your credit union as well, because that money, you can easily access it if it's something that you need like right away, whether it's a dentist appointment payment, or if your car breaks down, or an emergency. You will have some funds. I would say you should save about $1,000 in your savings for unexpected expenses, and then I would start putting something towards a high yield savings. I saved approximately 1,500 in my credit union savings account, and then I started to save money within my high yield. And the high yield savings account has a 3% money back for like the every month, has a 3% money back for every month. So now, I if you have extra funds, put it over in your high yield. I took my tax refund for the year of 2026, and I put it in the high yield savings account. So now I have roughly about 2,000 over there, and I only add about $50 every pay period to kind of add towards that. And I do not plan on touching that at all, unless it's an absolute emergency and I need those funds. But I feel like the 1,000 that I have in the credit union, that's perfectly normal. That's perfectly fine for any expense that I feel like may come up. If I need anything, I can just go over there and just grab that. And again, if I happen to do that like I did in the past month, then I'll just work my way back up to that 1,000. Carve out some cash and, just throw it over there as well. So always make sure that you have yourself a nice little savings so that in the event that anything happens, you have some money to kind of fall back on and help to get you out of this crisis at the moment. You want to first jot down what are the expenses for the month, for the bi-weekly checks. What expenses are you paying for yourself, and where can you cut corners? It's all of your expenses, and then you're going to see out of all these expenses, where can you cut corners? Can you make your grocery bill a little lower? Can you get rid of a couple of subscriptions? A pet subscription that you're paying for your dog to get like free or discounted toys and treats? Is that something that you really need every month? You're going to look at all of your expenses and see where you can cut corners or save a little money. Then you're going to start funding your savings that you would readily assess. So like your credit union savings, the savings for things that come up and you need money to get you out of a bind, your $1,000. Then you're going to start paying off your consumer debt. You're going to aggressively throw the extra funds that you have. You're going to stop eating out. You're going to stop going out for drinks with the girls. You're going to stop doing all that excessive shopping online. And then you're going to throw that money at your highest credit card with the highest interest. Aggressively pay it. Then you're going to start saving for your high yield savings account or investments, whether it's your HYSA or your Roth IRA, your 401k. You want to start saving some money. Get prepared. Make sure you have a future. And then stocks, things like that, stocks and bonds, CDs. We're looking for generational wealth after this. That's the long haul. If you're a homeowner or if you're looking to buy like commercial real estate or do like investment properties, things that you can pass down to your lineage in the long run. So make sure you do all those things. Take your time out here, y'all, and just do the best you can, but start from step one. Look at your expenses and see where you can possibly cut a few corners. Make sure you pay your debts. Make sure you save some money. Make sure you invest some money. And that's all pretty much I got to say about that. So just follow those tricks and you should be okay. You should be at a good starting point. And I hope this all helps. Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you like content like this, or if you learned a thing or two, please like this video, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.